pass around with her finger pointing out at the people. Alvy and Jenny Franklin are here, Audrey Rogers, Jiggs Baker, Doc Olson, Matilda Garrison, Vivian, Sarah, and Larry. Her eyes grew as she looked back at me. Larry never comes to anything. Then we have Colvin, Gil, even your good old buddy Ranger and his wife. She jerked around. Oh, and Vince Caldwell. You love him, and he's so happy for you. Besides, it looks like he's getting along with all your hosts. It was funny seeing everyone here, especially Vince. He was one of my mail route customers who lived in the condos at the Sugar Creek Gap nursing home complex. He was a retired FBI agent and had been a great source of information for me. And that's just to name a few. She was right. They all love you and are so happy you have finally, and at your age, found the true love and happiness. I started to open my mouth before she shushed me. Even Grady. She knew I was going to say something about Grady and how I had worried about his acceptance of me marrying not only his father's best friend, but also his mentor, who I had fallen head over heels in love with. Of course, he'll always wish that son-of-a-gun dad of his was alive, but then you'd still be in a loveless marriage, and Richard would be off gallivanting with who knows whose wife in some other town that you'd never know about. I know, but there's still that little twinge I get when I look at Clara and think that I bet Grady wishes his dad could have met her, no matter what kind of man he was to me. I lifted the glass up and downed the entire contents. I held it to her for a fill-up. You're right. I do deserve this. I did a great job raising Grady, and now it's time to enjoy my life. Now you're talking. Iris was more than happy to fill my flute back up, and hers too, while she was at it. Now, go mingle, and when you need a reload, just holler. Iris winked. I took Iris's advice and walked around, swaying to the music coming from the huge speakers someone had put out on Mac's front porch. I moved from group to group, telling everyone hello and thanking them for coming. Along the way, I did pick up a few lost napkins and stuff them in my pocket. There was no way I wanted them to find their way across the street and into Little Creek, hence how the street got its name. My duck friend would try to peck at the paper, and I didn't want to have to try to grab him up to take him to the veterinarian if the napkins found their way into his sanctuary. So it was best to just pick them up and let him feed on the daily duck pellets I threw to him while I was on my mailing route. Hey, pretty lady, are you single? Mac asked, his breath hot against my ear. You're too late. I held my hand up. I'm spoken for. I leaned in and kissed him. Are you sure you're okay? He asked. How did I ever get so lucky? Everything always seemed so right when I was with him. He not only took great care of me and my family, tending to all of our needs, but he also took care of himself. He was in amazing shape with perfect biceps he credited Grady for, since Grady kept Mac on the volunteer staff for the Sugar Creek High School football team. Grady was the football team's coach as well as a teacher at the school. Mac had really stepped up to the plate and given Grady the male figure he needed after Richard had died, though Mac had been in our life well before there was a Bernadette and Richard. He and Richard had been college friends. I'm the lucky one. He lifted a hand and pushed my long auburn hair behind my shoulder. Don't cover up that beautiful face with your hair. He had a gentle smile. Are you going to wear it up on our wedding day? I don't give out secrets. I blushed and took a big drink of the champagne. You better slow down. I don't think I've ever seen you drink the bubbly before, and it might make you drunk. His brows cocked. I'm good. I know my limit. I was about to snuggle up to him before a woman I'd never even seen in Sugar Creek Gap walked up to us. Being a mail carrier and from here, I knew practically every face in our small, cozy and southern Kentucky town. Annabelle. Mac recognized her instantly. You came. He sounded surprised. It seems like all the shops in town closed because